Welcome back, Shalligators. Today we're going to talk about a celebrity who we don't talk about because literally who cares? Michelle Branch. I don't really care what's going on with her, except there's a few kind of interesting things to unpack. All right, so she's going through, well, she was going through this very contentious split from her husband, who is the drummer for the Black Keys. I mean, look at this goggle-eyed doof, right? And things got messy. Evidently, he was cheating on her and she flipped the fuck out and slapped him and ended up getting arrested for domestic violence. What a pussy to call the cops on her. Like, sorry, are you like 1.5 feet tall? You called the cops on her? Yeah, you've been cheating on her and gaslighting her and she's getting the cops called? We're gonna break that. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna break that down. Because if you're here to say, Shallon, violence is not the answer, I'm here to tell you that it is sometimes. But just press pause. Well, don't press pause. Keep listening. Press pause on that idea. But now they've called off their divorce and they're in couples counseling. I want to talk about therapy. Does it work? Does it work as individuals? And does it work, most importantly, on couples? She is saying that the difference has been night and day and she wishes she'd done it sooner and all of these things. So I kind of want to talk about what realistically to expect from therapy, because I have done a lot of therapy on my own. I've also done couples therapy with my ex-husband. Like, even before we were married, we did therapy. I'll tell you the pros and cons of doing that. So if you're thinking about going to therapy, if you're thinking about dragging your boyfriend or even like your situationship guy to therapy, which, dude, you know the saying, therapy is for people. Therapy helps you deal with people who won't go to therapy. Is that true? How can we get the best return on investment if we're going to sit there and pour out our life story and pay our copay? How can we make it work? I'm going to tell you all about it. But before I do, head on over to the link down below in the bio to join the Shallon Entourage. It's our little clubhouse on the internet where you're going to get access to a bunch of exclusive videos. I do about 4 extra videos a week. Story time, stuff like that, extra bonus podcasts, plus all of our Alpha Academy sexy session tutorials. They're all over there. Kissing, handjobs, blowjobs, sex, how to be sexual, kinks and fetishes, plus all of the after party Q&As that we had. You can watch those forever. And you can also have access to all the content I've ever posted on there in the last few months. So there's a lot. And I'm really excited that I'm kind of revamping the format there a little bit to include more long form content pieces. For Evil Month in October, we're going to do a whole series on how to be a good liar and then another series on how to cheat. If you don't want to be evil though, there's other good stuff. I break down psychological studies that have just come out talking about, like, oh my gosh, sex tips from porn stars, how men lie and what they lie about and what they conceal. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Plus there's a whole bunch of different Telegram chats that I'm on so you can interact directly with me. It's so much fun. And you can save 25% at the link down below. Also, you know what I'm going to promote. The fundraiser. One of our own, Jerry Beth Silva, is a Shalligator in Venezuela who really has gone above and beyond to rescue dogs and cats off the street, get them the medical attention they need. And she was saying that the money we have already helped raise has provided surgeries for several different animals, helped find them homes, helped buy food for people who have animals and they can't afford it and the animals are suffering. So this is really going someplace significant, you know, and it's hard to feel like we can make a difference in the world. It's really tough. You know, we feel just helpless and overwhelmed, but this is like a direct impact that we're making. And it's all because of you guys, and you guys are fantastic. Okay, so let's talk Michelle Branch. I'm just scrolling through what's going on page 6. It's like the who's who of I don't fucking care. Blake Lively's pregnant with her 4th baby with Ryan Reynolds. You know what I've always heard? Is he wants her to be like basically barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, and he's like not happy that she's never had a boy. Because he's got three kids. Speaking of kids, Trisha Paytas gives birth to baby girl, names her Malibu Barbie. Honestly, I think that's better than what we were expecting. I didn't even know she was pregnant because I don't care. Trisha Paytas is happily married and I'm single. That's fine. Love this part. Julia Fox is proud she ended Kanye West romance over his unresolved issues. This is precious that she is trying to pretend she broke up with him. I mean, bless her heart. This warms my soul to hear someone so obviously trying to spin. Like, girl, nothing that comes out of her mouth makes any goddamn sense. Remember how she was like, I've only dated billionaires And then her baby daddy is a pilot. He's a private plane pilot. Let me ask you a question. How many billionaires do you know work in the service industry? Because being a pilot for other people, that's really what you, I mean, you're shuttling other people around. Billionaires have pilots. They are not the pilots employed by like an agency. He probably makes $200K a year. That ain't bad. But he's not a billionaire. She's just so full of shit. And she acts like no one can fact check anything. Like no one has receipts. You know who has receipts is Azalea Banks. Oh boy. Madonna, 64, seen booty dancing. What boomer wrote this? At Laquan Smith's New York Fashion Week after party. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this picture. She's doing that. She's doing that. Oh. This to me, it's the most vulgar gesture. It's worse than giving the finger. It's truly the most like, you know, I do that all the time. That is the most vulgar thing I've ever seen. Look at her. Good Christ almighty. It's interesting to see the paparazzi shots, you know, without her face tuning things to the gods. You know, Madonna really had the chance to age gracefully. Should we do a video on how to age gracefully? That might be good. Oh, sorry, my back hurts. Like when she was married to Guy Ritchie and she was that like English country lady persona and she had a British accent out of nowhere, like a bad one. And people were like, what you doing, girl? You know, how minor that seems now. You know, like I would give anything to trade the cheek implants, the butt implants, the booty dancing, this for like a little British lilt. I'm growing rutabagas. I am. And we've got a pig and he escapes sometimes. Sounds wonderful. Let's bring her back. It's just truly, Madonna is such a cautionary tale. I mean, for all of us. Like I can't look away from her because like, listen, you are probably like me, like you're a poppin' bad bitch. And it's like, we're all afraid of like not knowing when to leave the party. Do you know what I mean? So we can break that down, but let's talk about, what are we talking about? Oh, Michelle Branch. Okay. Bruv. Also, since the queen has died, I love all these details that are coming out about her that I literally couldn't care less about. Matt Smith says Queen Elizabeth watched The Crown on a projector. Oh shit! No, he didn't! What? That's fucking crazy! I don't care. Has anyone ever been like, I wonder what the queen watches a TV show on? Here we are, Michelle Branch, and this guy named Patrick Carney. He's literally a carny. You know what a carny is, like carnival folk? Call off their divorce. So here's what she had to say. My husband and I have started therapy recently, and I wish we had started it 6 months ago. I wish we had gotten help and talked to someone sooner. It made such a huge difference in such a short amount of time. So if anyone out there is watching, she was on a TV show, this is your sign. If you've been thinking about it, go talk to someone. It's helped us immensely. The night, what went down is so unfortunate. She's talking about the night she slapped her husband and got arrested. It was the worst night of my life. And then to have it out in the world, as I'm about to put out a record, it's been a lot, but all I can do is just be honest about what I'm going through and what's going on. I'm not the first person to have gone through this. And she takes like full responsibility. She's like, these are not allegations. Violence? I don't condone violence. I slapped my husband. Not the finest moment of my life. Maybe this will give us the tools to have a stronger marriage than we've ever had. We're rolling up our sleeves and doing the work, which sounds like fun, which never sounds like fun, but we're doing it. So she slapped her husband, right? And there's all these allegations of infidelity. That seems to be the catalyst. She found out he was cheating. A man with this face has been cheating. Yes, that's where we're at. He's a rock star. Like, if you're dating or married to a rock star or an athlete or a politician, they're going to cheat on you. They are going to cheat on you. And if that's not okay with you, I mean, why should it be? But don't date that person. I mean, are rock stars and athletes known for their fidelity? Is this like part of the package? Of course not. And look, we've talked so much about cheating here. Cheating is not, I don't love you as a partner. It's like, well, I kind of want to get my dick wet. No matter how much you love your favorite food, do you want to eat it every single day for the rest of your life? If someone's like, hey, do you want like a different order? Nobody has to know, but I'm going to bring you like a different order out. You want a different kind of sandwich? And they're like, yes. Who knows? What I do know that we're dealing with is a woman who fucking snapped. I get it. I've slapped guys. I've slapped a lot of guys. And I wish I could say they didn't deserve it and I was in the wrong. No, I don't feel like that. Here's what I will say. It did not make the situation better. It made me feel better at the time. Did it bring us closer? Did it resolve the issue? No, it didn't. It was an outburst of emotion that at the time I felt like I had no other way to express. And that's not like I'm justifying it. I mean, I'm justifying it in that I'm not sorry, but I'm not like justifying that as like, oh no, this is a great decision. It's not a great decision in that the ends do not justify the means. Like you're not going to like get closer to someone by smacking them unless it's like in a cute sex way, but like that's not what this is. When I found out my ex had cheated on me, not just cheated on me, but like gone with this person to events and gotten his photograph taken with her. Because the cheating thing, I was like, okay, like I'm processing this. It was a fling. He slept with her once. That's what he's telling me. Then there are receipts. I burst through the door and I ran at him and like Captain America, I was like in the air and I was like, bah! And I punched him as hard as I could with my stupid little fist that made almost no impact. And truly, I wish I'd hit him harder. I wish I'd picked up something and hit him with it. Like put a roll of quarters in my hand. I don't regret that, like at all. I do evil week for God's sakes. Like if this is all like wildly, like, oh, she's like that. Yes. I mean, listen, I don't hit everybody. I don't hit people for the most part. But if you're cheating on me and gaslighting me and lying to me for 2 years, you bet your ass I'm going to beat you up. Or I'm going to try. It's not going to be effective. I'm going to hit you. Look, just even thinking about it makes me so mad. I'm getting this like vasodilation. I'm like, I go right back there. But you know what? I think that is something to keep in mind about having a violent reaction. Like once you do that, once you choose violence, it's easy to keep choosing it. You're training your brain out of having a better response. You're training yourself and you're justifying to yourself to go to the like lowest common denominator in terms of communication. And therefore, don't be surprised when you get the lowest common denominator type of relationship. Also, don't be surprised if someone hits you back. I mean, if I slapped a guy and he smacked me back, I really couldn't blame him. I would not expect him to, because I don't date guys that hit girls, but I would expect it in that it's like, well, look, I started it, they can finish it. I should not introduce a behavior that I'm not prepared to see mirrored back to me. You choose violence, someone else is allowed to choose violence. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Again, though, like as I've gotten older and more evolved, it's like, this is not the kind of dynamic I want in my life. And when I look back on the times when I've slapped someone, and like the other times I've slapped a guy, it's when he said something like so incredibly out of pocket and so incredibly disrespectful. Like, I mean, it was a slap in the face. Like what they said was a slap in the face. So that's what they got back. And they've been like, oh, you slapped me. I said, you're fucking right. I slapped you. I'll do worse than that. Do you ever speak to me like that again, or any woman again? These were not situations I should have been in. Full stop. It's not like, and then we got married. Like, no. And then we had a really healthy, stable relationship. Nope. But if you're going to say violence is never the answer, violence is very frequently the answer. Very, very frequently. You don't believe me? I have 2 words for you. Adolf Hitler. Sometimes, unfortunately, violence is the only answer. It should not, however, be the first answer. It shouldn't ever be the first answer, right? When every other avenue is exhausted, historically, people have to pick up arms. They have to make statements. But, like I said, now you're in a lowest common denominator situation. So what are you expecting to get back? Are you going to choose violence and expect discourse in return? Probably not. But look, if you're like, no, I'm choosing violence because they've already chosen it, and I am prepared to keep meeting their violence with violence because peace versus victory, they're not compromising. The diplomacy has run out. Negotiations are no longer possible. And I'm talking about on like a military scale. Like if your husband isn't communicating with you, cracking him in the head with a 2x4 isn't really the answer. The answer is to leave, right? The answer is obviously to leave. But let's move on from our portion of violence, right? Therapy. What therapy does. Picture your mind, your emotion, your behaviors like stars in the sky, right? And it's just this smattering of stars. You're like, okay. A therapist creates constellations. They're like, beep, boop, 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 boop. They're connecting things. They're like, see it? Do you see this picture that's emerging now? That's what a therapist does. They're like, the reason you're an avoidant attacher is because you were raised in a household where it was perfection or nothing. And so you don't even deal with conflict. You just completely retreat. If you can't fix it and make it perfect, get the fuck out of here. You cannot see shades of gray in behavior. Someone is good, someone is evil, someone is success, someone is failure. And you're like, oh. So a therapist can bring you the objectivity to see the forest for the trees, to make connections from behavior and like mindset, childhood trauma, complexes, inner tape loops, and not just, a good therapist isn't just going to connect those dots and show you the constellation. We're switching metaphors now. It's going to give you a toolbox. Here is how you can reframe your behavior. Here is how you can stop anxiety loops. You can stop avoidant attachment behavior. You can stop character assassination when you fight with somebody. But let's talk about tools. You go to Home Depot, you buy all the tools, you even take a little class on the weekends. Here's how to retile your bathroom. The tools, the class, none of it is going to retile that bathroom for you. You ultimately have to do it. It ultimately comes down to you picking up the tools that you have purchased that you know how to use and completing that project. Same with therapy. Therapy is like anything else. We're going to go to another metaphor here. It's like the gym. It works as much as you work it. You can go and doodle around and be like, well, I don't know. I go to the gym an hour every day. It's like, yeah, and you're like doing 3 reps of texting. Like you're not doing anything. You can go a half hour, hit it hard, and have better results. So just going to therapy isn't a magic wand. And here's the thing with couples therapy. There's this sort of school of thought, this like kind of little quippy saying that like the person who wants to go to couples therapy the most wants to go because they don't think they have anything to change. And honestly, like beware of that person. Beware of the person who's like, oh, we need to go, because what they want to do is like tattle to teacher and have them go, you tell her. You just tell her about it. Are you listening to this? They want to be told that they're right. And they want a third party to come in and be like, he is doing everything fucking wrong. You are an angel. You don't have anything you need to do. We need to just tear this house down and build it from scratch, but you're great. I got news for you. That's not how it's going to go. And a lot of times people quit couples therapy. It's not the bad guy who wants to quit. It's the good guy, because suddenly the therapist is like, okay, and here's some things you need to work on. And they're like, me? I don't know. I am perfect. Let's say that you want to drag a dude to counseling who cheating, gaslighting, spending your money, drug abuse, just a whole petty grab bag of fuckery, right? He's the problem. It's like, no, he's the problem. He's the problem. He's a clown, but you're the one who keeps buying tickets for the circus. And therein lies your clownery. Girl, I've been that clown too. I'm like rouging up my cheeks and putting on the nose every time I text back like 3 different guys in my life. We have all been there. We can't blame a clown for being a clown. We can only ask ourselves, why do we keep showing up for the circus? Why? That truly is a huge thing to unpack. Because the easy answer is like, well, I love them. Bitch, no. You're normalizing something shitty and you're staying with someone toxic, or maybe they're not even that toxic, but this fit is toxic. The dynamic is toxic. You're unhappy. Why are you doing that? Well, we've been together for so long and things were good. We have kids. I can't afford to leave. You might have an answer there. I'm not saying your excuse is bullshit, but there is something else underneath that. And listen, I'm not saying don't go to couples therapy, but just prepare yourself for what's ahead. It will be, he's got stuff to work on, but you also do too. And if you in your heart of hearts are like, no, I'm perfect, just skip it. Literally just skip it, dude. Skip it. Like okay. You don't need any more tools. You have the whole toolbox. So retile that fucking bathroom if you know so much. If you are so perfect, Why are you in an imperfect relationship with an imperfect person? I mean, high value people prefer other high value people. So if you're high value and you're someone low value, why is that? I'm not saying you're not high value. I'm saying you're making low value choices. You're a Gucci bag at a garage sale. You need to be in Gucci. Why are you putting yourself on a clearance like this? So this is important to remember with therapy, is that it's going to be work for both people involved. The other thing that I want to say about therapy, it's a wonderful, illuminating, constellation forming exercise. I really like therapy because I truly want to be aware of my own behavior. There is nothing more clownish, more cringe than someone who literally does not know themselves. You know what the red flag is for me when I meet someone and they're like, I'm the type of person who, I'm like, let me stop you right there, because whatever you're about to say is absolutely wrong. I guarantee you, whatever you are about to declare about who you are as a person is completely misguided and such baloney. I'm the type of person who I just really tell everybody, the truth. I just shoot everyone straight. No, you're actually obnoxious. And that's great. You want to criticize other people. You don't do any self-reflection, in reverse. I'm the type of person who just does not like drama. Okay, Kristen. Beware when people say that, because usually I'm like, oh, please, I'm so excited to hear what's next. Okay. Because it's always something good. I'm the type of person who will probably sleep with the ugliest guy at the bar because I'm afraid of going home alone. Notice you never really hear those things after that preamble. Yeah. So therapy, listen, therapy will take someone from a 3 to a 6. They'll take someone from a 3 to a 6. They will not take them from a 3 to a 10. Not even from a 3 to an 8. Listen, 3 to a 6 is a big jump. It's double. But it's not going to be triple. No one is going to be triple good after a lot of therapy. Because like I said, good things are difficult. So why not empower yourself and grease the wheels to make it as easy as possible? You're never going to feel worse. You won't. We truly always feel better when we have more information and more data. Again, if you don't believe me, look at your relationship now if you're thinking about couples counseling. Don't you wish you knew more about what was going on? About what he was actually thinking? About what his ex did to him? About who he's seeing on the weekends? Okay, detective, let's go to work. I want to know your thoughts on couples therapy. Did it work for you? Oh, I will say yes, I was in couples therapy with my husband before we got married. I will say I think premarital counseling is honestly fantastic. I think it's so smart. And I love that, religions do this. If you're Catholic, you have to go to counseling. Mormons do this. I'm pretty sure Jewish people do this. Like, it makes so much sense. Like, are we actually on the right page? Is this just chemistry talking? I think it's smart to do before you even get engaged, but I know it's weird to be like, hey, boyfriend, do you want to go to therapy? To make sure we're compatible. But 60% of marriages end in divorce. That's not even counting the people who stick around and just cheat and are miserable. Maybe we need to start thinking of ways to build a better marriage. I'll talk to you later, Shalligators. I'll see you soon.